All offseason we've been hearing about the Lakers' future cap space and what they might actually do with it. Reports keep saying they're keeping the books clean for when LeBron James finally comes off their payroll, which should be next summer when his deal ends. Whether he walks away in retirement, gets traded, or leaves in free agency, it will open up massive space. Anywhere from $80 to over $100 million, depending on what happens with guys like Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, and a few other free agents. The point is, they'll suddenly have piles of money. The front office clearly wants to chase another star to replace LeBron's shadow and build around. Though oddly, they're acting like they already have Luka locked in, after giving him a huge extension. But outside of that, the only other deal they gave past 2026 was to rookie Jalen Hood-Schifino. So with that in mind, the Lakers are clearly trying to keep their books wide open for 2026 and 2027, hoping they can chase a big-name free agent with a max deal to pair with Luka Doncic. But the ugly truth is the options are drying up fast. Just this summer, they had to sit back and watch Paolo Banchero, Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams, and even De'Aaron Fox all lock up new contracts with their teams. That wipes out any chance of those guys testing free agency and possibly teaming up with Luka in LA, which leaves the Lakers facing an awkward question. What do they even do with all that cap space? Do they overpay for a free agent who isn't really worth it? Do they waste money on someone who doesn't fit Luka's level? Or do they punt to another year and risk wasting Luka's prime while pretending they have a master plan? And maybe they won't even find Luka Doncic's true running mate right away. Instead, they could swing a trade or even bring back LeBron James next season, trying to patch things up and squeeze one more run out of him rather than wasting money on a free agent who isn't worth it. There are options here, but some are clearly better than others. Just look at the 2026 free agent class. It's weak and way past its prime. The top names are LeBron James, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Zach LaVine, and Trae Young. These are guys we've been talking about for 5, 10, even 20 years. None of them are realistic long-term partners for Luka, and LeBron especially isn't. At best, he's a short-term band-aid, and honestly, that seems to be all the Lakers are chasing this season. But it's not a plan that carries them to 2030 or beyond. And even if they try to look inward instead of chasing the weak 2026 free agent class, I don't think the Lakers have the right options in-house. Sure, Austin Reeves could hit free agency next summer. No way he picks up that $14.8 million player option. DeAndre Ayton and Marcus Smart also have player options. But let's be real. None of them solve the second star problem if LeBron leaves. They're not the type of running mates that guarantee Luka Doncic a real shot at a championship. Don't get me wrong, I like Reeves and think they should keep him if the price makes sense. Maybe even rework something with Ayton or Smart if they prove to be strong fits. But pretending any of those guys are the answer to the LeBron-sized hole next to Luka feels like denial more than a title plan. Yes, I definitely think about it, but again, that doesn't solve their cap space problem or more importantly, who they're actually spending it on. It's not the answer for finding Luka Doncic's next running mate after LeBron. And it's not the answer for building around their future payroll. Honestly, if next summer looks like this, it would be a flat-out disappointing offseason. Re-signing Austin Reeves to something around $30 million a year, giving Rui Hachimura a $15 to $20 million deal, maybe reworking something with D'Angelo Russell at $15 to $25 million, then keeping Marcus Smart, and at the end of all that, having just $10 to $20 million left to shop the free agent market. That's not a championship plan. That's just running it back with the same guys and pretending it's progress. At best, maybe they land someone like Norman Powell, but that would be a sad use of the $80 to $100 million in cap space they could have if they actually managed it wisely. To me, the smart play is a mix. Keep some of their core guys, but don't throw every dollar into the same old roster. Just running back the same squad and calling it progress would be a disaster. They need to actually find someone who can be a real second star next to Luka Doncic. Someone who helps both in the short term and the long term. And honestly, I don't think that player is coming from the free agent market. Don't get me wrong, it could be worse. There are uglier paths than re-signing Austin Reeves, bringing back DeAndre Ayton, or even giving LeBron one more year. But running it back with this same version of the team feels like stalling, not competing. Who knows? Maybe this roster surprises everyone, makes a run, and justifies bringing it back as is. Who knows? But I still think there are better choices, and yes, worse ones too. After all, the Lakers once had a GM who handed out that infamous 4-year deal to Timofey Mozgov, so it's not like mistakes are new here. If you ask me, though, there's another path that makes way more sense. One that doesn't rely so heavily on free agency. Because let's be honest, that's not where they're finding Luka Doncic's next real running mate. Instead, the smarter move might be to use that cap space to play the trade market. Go after a star next summer who's unhappy with their current team and bring in Luka's true co-star that way. That's bold, but it's way better than sitting around waiting on washed free agents. Also, the Lakers could keep some of their current guys like Austin Reeves, maybe DeAndre Ayton, and so on. But realistically, they'll probably need to find Luka Doncic's new co-star through the trade market rather than free agency. I, for one, don't want to wait until 2027 to solve this. Next season could already be wasted if they can't make a serious playoff push or repair things with LeBron James. 1 or even 2 lost years just to find Luka's next running mate. That's unacceptable. With that mindset, I'd definitely be watching the trade market closely. And that raises the big question. Who's actually going to hit the trade market and be worth using the Lakers' assets and cap space on? Who's someone they could realistically go all in for to become Luka's new partner? Well, that's the million-dollar question. It's all up for debate. You can't fully predict what'll happen. But if we look at likely targets who might be unhappy in about 9 months, a few names stand out. Take Milwaukee, for example. There are reports that Giannis Antetokounmpo isn't thrilled with their direction. Sure, he's agreed to play this season, and the short-term plan seems fine. But if they crash out early again, Giannis might push for a move, and the Lakers could be a landing spot. Or maybe not, since Giannis to LA isn't exactly realistic. Another name could be Ja Morant in Memphis, though that situation is unpredictable right now. Firing their head coach, letting go of Desmond. The team stability is all over the place. Take Memphis, for example. They traded Desmond Bane, signed Tyrese Halliburton, but haven't extended him yet. Next summer, he'll be extension eligible, so depending on how this season goes, he could become a trade target for the Lakers. Or staying in the East, look at Boston. Maybe not Jason Tatum, but his co-star Jaylen Brown. If he can't carry them deep in the playoffs and Boston doesn't want to keep overpaying, Brown could hit the trade market. Another example is Miami. Pat Riley is famously unpredictable and never fully commits, so maybe someone like Bam Adebayo could be available. There are plenty of options here, and that's just off the top of my head. The reality is, you never know how a team or situation might shake out. It all depends on which situations get better over time and which get worse. And that could open a door for the Lakers to use the trade market instead of relying on free agency to find Luka Doncic's new running mate. In my opinion, that's the smarter move. That's really the outlook for the Lakers' cap space, too. Waiting and hoping the 2026 free agent market produces a star? Not a great plan right now. Most of the top stars and young players have already signed new deals, and even solid role players like Mikal Bridges re-signed with Phoenix. Other key role players have extended as well, so unrestricted free agency isn't looking promising. My take? The Lakers should be focusing on trades, not sitting around waiting for the market to magically produce Luka's next co-star. So again, the trade market might be a smarter move than relying on free agency. But what do you think? How do you feel about the Lakers' future cap space and what they should do with it? Should they gamble on the 2026 free agent market, or try to trade for a star and then use their cap space to extend that player? What would you do if you were running the team? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. That's about it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, I'd really appreciate it if you dropped a like, subscribed if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future uploads. As always, thanks for watching, and have a great day.